takes to reach to the next level and how to get even better. In his presentation, inspired by the New York Times bestseller book by Marshall Goldsmith, "What got you here won't get you there." Rizwan Saleem is a chartered accountant who's been living in Dubai for the past 10 years. He's currently working as a finance director in a multinational company that operates across 60 countries. He's a public speaker, passionate Toastmaster, and has received the highest achievement award from Toastmasters International as a distinguished Toastmaster. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rizwan Saleem.
When I look around this room, I see a lot of successful people. All of us are successful in our life in one way or the other. But have you come across this situation in your life when you failed, that your hard work has started to pay off eventually, and you are doing good in your chosen field? However, there is something invisible which is standing between you and your next level of achievement. That's something which is holding you back to be more successful in your personal as well as professional life. Have you felt that ever? More so, have you ever realized that that invisible thing could just be one of your annoying little habits? One of your awkward personality trait, a long-standing habit that you barely even recognize? And that is the number one reason that holds you back from achieving further success in your personal as well as professional life. I'm sure we all can relate to that. The harsh reality is the corporate world is full of intelligent, smart, hardworking people. Look around, you can spot many of them. But not everyone makes up to the topmost level of success in an organization. Not everyone is the best husband. Not everyone is the best wife, partner, friend. You know why? Talking about an organization, it's not just qualification, intelligence, and hard work that takes you to the topmost level of the organization. However, there is something else that separates wheat from the chaff. And that something, besides your hard work intelligence, which is given, is your personality trait, your interpersonal behaviors, and more importantly, how you deal with others, how you make them feel. Today I'm going to talk about this inspiring topic. What got you here won't get you there. Something which is inspired from Marshall Goldsmith. Marshall Goldsmith, for those who don't know, is a world leadership management executive who actually has written more than 25 books. His work has been profiled in Forbes, the Wall Street Journal, and many other journals. And this gentleman, Marshall Goldsmith, he has been named as one of the top 50 leadership executives across the world. He helps people identifying their annoying habits for them to be able to achieve more success in their personal and professional life. Now, why him? He has worked with more than 150 CEOs of multinationals. Of them, few are Fortune 500 executives. This gentleman has got immense experience of dealing with the successful people and trying to use the experience. He has written a book to guide us all through what got us here will not get there. Now, his book is a bestseller, #1 bestseller on New York Times, and when he got that bestseller award in ceremony, one of the persons actually asked him, Marshall, what was your motivation to write that book? And he said part of it came from a comment from his guru, another leadership coach called Peter Drucker. He said that Peter once, in his conversation to me, said something which hooked me, and that led to the birth of my book. That comment was, we spend a lot of time helping leaders learn what to do, but we don't spend enough time helping leaders learn what to stop. So true. All our life, from childhood to the senior executive table, we always get told by what to do. No one bothers to tell us what to stop. Today, in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you Marshall's gold mine of advice about things that you need to learn to stop, and that will not just help you to be successful in your professional life in your offices, but trust me, it will help you equally to be able to have more success in your personal life. Now I can see, as I said very well before, that everyone in this room I can spot is a smart, successful people. You achieve something in your life, and that's why you're here. Or you're part of someone who is successful, therefore you're here. May I ask any volunteer to stand up and tell me, from their experience, what do you think is the #1 annoying habit of smart, successful people? What do you think is the #1 most annoying habit of smart, successful people? Any takers?
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Not about habit, yes.
All the time yeses.
Being proud.
Being proud. That's given.
Not being humble.
Not being humble.
Attitude.
Attitude.
Not a very good team player.
Not a good team player. I'm sure each and every feedback is relevant. These traits that you all mentioned one by one, you can easily spot them in smart, successful people who are proud, arrogant, not always a good team player, and it's all about me for them. However, you're partly correct. However, as per Marshall, dealing with the CEOs of top 150 Fortune 500 companies, he says, the #1 annoying habit of smart, successful people is winning too much. Winning too much.
No.
What does it mean? When it is important, we want to win. When it is critical, we want to win. When it is essential, we want to win. When it is trivial, we want to win. When it is not worth it, we still want to win. People in this room are all winners. But the problem with winners is, winners always like to win. Very difficult for a winner or successful person not to constantly go through life without winning. I'm going to give you a case study that everyone in this room will enjoy. Something which I think is attributable to each one of us in our personal life, and that will signify the importance of this annoying habit. And before I start off, I would say that 75% of Marshall's clients who are successful, smart people, they fail this case study. So I can predict a massive failure in this room. I can tell you, most of you will fail this case study. And when I say you will fail, it's not me who will fail you. You will fail yourself. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's assume you want to go to a dinner with your husband, spouse, or partner, and you prefer to go to dinner at restaurant X. Whereas your husband, partner, spouse, or significant other, they want to go to dinner restaurant Y. You want to go to X, they want to go to Y. X, Y, X, Y, X, Y. You have a heated argument about where to go, and you end up going to restaurant Y. What's your choice? The food tastes awful, the service is pathetic. You've got two options. Option A, to critique the food and tell your partner how wrong their choice was, and that mess could have been avoided had they listened to me. Option B, shut up, eat the stupid food, and try to have a nice evening with your partner. Question is, what would you do and what should you do? Any takers? B. You're being politically correct here, right?
A.
Guys, we need to be honest here, right? I need all of you to be honest when I ask you a question. So, please. B.
By doing B, you achieve A.
Perfect. Now the reality is 75% of Marshall's clients, and bear in mind those are smart, successful people who have achieved success in their career, right? They said, we will go with option A. We will tell our partner how stupid that choice was and that could have been avoided had they listened to me. But they said at the same time that we do realize that we should have gone for option B. They know it already. They know it already what they should do, but they are not doing it because of this annoying habit to win at all costs, in all circumstances, at the expense of everything, when sometimes it is not just worth it. I'm going to give you one more example that will make this one pale in comparison. It's a very common thing. So assume you had a long, hard day at work, and after a long, hard day of work, you come home. When you come home, your spouse or partner, they look at you and they say, honey, I had such a terrible day today. I had a very hard day today. You take a pause. You look at them and you yell. You think you had a hard day? You think you had a hard day? Do you have any idea what I have to live today? You think you had a hard day? We are so much competitive in our personal and professional life that we want to make a point, we want to prove a point that we are more miserable than the person we are living with. The root cause is this unfailing desire to win at all costs, in all conditions, even when it's not worth it. The second most annoying habit of smart, successful people is adding too much value. Let's assume I am young, smart, enthusiastic, very passionate. I report into you. You're a line manager. I come across a very good idea. I think this idea will work miracles and company will save a lot of money for this idea. I'm excited. I come to you with this idea. You listen to the idea. You think it's a good idea. But our tendency is, when we listen to the other people, we always say this: good idea. Why don't you add this to it? The problem with that is the quality of the idea may go up by 5%, but the commitment of the person to execute the idea may go down by 50%. Why? Because it is no longer their idea. Now it's your idea. In a desire to improve the idea by 5%, we don't realize we have damaged the commitment by 50%. And that comes at the cost of our ego, because we want to add value to each and every conversation, even when it's not worth it. The third most annoying habit for smart, successful people, that includes everybody, is always trying to tell the world how smart we are, how intelligent we are, how hardworking we are, how super we are, how special we are. The problem with this habit is not everyone appreciates that personality trait of yours. And I'm going to give you an example with due apologies to all the parents out here, especially my mother sitting here, with due apologies to her. This is a life scenario we all experience in our personal life. Now, how many of you remember when you were a kid and mommy and papa telling you, while they're scolding you, telling you, when I was a little boy, when I was a little girl, do you remember that? Show of hands. Do you remember that? They're telling you how smart they were compared to you when they were of your age. When I was a little boy, when I was a little girl, do you remember that? Were you impressed? What did you feel at heart? Annoyed. The reality is, showing the world how smart you are turns others on. Announcing them and telling them how smart you are turns them off. You need to come across and show how smart you are. You don't have to shout out loud and announce to the people how smart you are, because you will infect and injure your personal relationship with the people because of that habit. A classic disease of executives, and I'm no exception to that. I'm working hard to improve on this one as well. Very, very difficult for someone to tell us something that we already know without us pointing out to that person that we already know it. Very difficult for someone to tell us something that we already know without us pointing out to the person that we already know it. To understand, I'll give you an example. Let's assume you are my line manager. I'm young, smart, enthusiastic, very passionate about work. I come to know of a notice, very important notice that requires your attention. I bring that notice to you, to bring it to your attention, without knowing that you have already been alerted about that notice from one of my colleagues. What would you do when you receive that notice, for which you already have the knowledge beforehand? Would you just accept it and say thank you? Or, if you are like most people, you will make sure that the other person is told that you are already in possession of that information because you are so smart and you are already ahead of the game. If you are a normal person, like many of us, chances are you will not let that moment pass by so easily, isn't it? If you know that already, you will tell the person you knew it already, right? The problem with that is when we say to someone, they're trying to help us with information, and we tell them, I already know it. The reality is, we try to alienate people, we try to bring distance, and next time, they'll think 10 times before coming to you. We spoil our relationship with that person without even realizing it. So next time when somebody brings you knowledge and information, which has no cost to it, that probably you're already aware of, they bring it to you with good faith, just accept and say, thank you. Punishing the messenger. Something which is more relevant on a personal note than a professional note. It applies to both accounts anyways. I'm going to give you this one more scenario which involves your experiences of daily life. Let's assume you had a hard day at work, you had a long, hard day at work. You come back home and then you have to rush for an emergency with your spouse, partner, or significant other. Now, you're driving fast to attend to this emergency. There's too much traffic on the road. People are cutting lanes, honking the horn. You're trying to be quick as well, trying to make your way through fast to the traffic, and suddenly your partner sitting on the front seat next to you, they spot the red light and they scream out, "Watch out! There is a red light ahead!" Screeching stop. You look at your partner and you scream out loud, "What do you mean there's a red light ahead? Don't you think I can see? Just shut up and let me drive." Have you ever heard these words before? Have you ever heard these words before? Have you ever said these words before? Now my question to you is, sir, what is the cost of that message from your spouse to you? What is the cost of the message, them alerting you to the situation?
Nothing.
Nothing. The cost of that message for you is nothing. What is the potential benefit?
You can come save your life.
It could save your life. It could save her life. It could save life of many other people. So the message is this: in your personal life or your professional life, if someone brings you a piece of information, advice or alert with no cost attached to it, don't punish the messenger. Just say, "Thank you." Now, this discussion has been all inspired through Marshall's book. For those who would like to buy the book, I would highly recommend them to buy the book and go through that. It is a life-defining advice that Marshall has in that book for all of us. Now, that book outlines 20 annoying habits. I have covered 5 in interest of time. I would request all of you, when you get time, to go through those 20 habits. I'm not saying all of you will have those all 20 annoying habits in your personality, but I can bet all of us will have at least 1 or 2, maybe 4, or someone like me might have 10. If you don't want to buy the book, just take a note of this website. There's a lot of free stuff there. You can Google 20 annoying habits Marshall Goldsmith and you will get to see a summary paper free of cost, which will list all those 20 habits for yourself. Just read them. Just read them once. Once you read them, just pick 1 or 2 you think you need to improve on. Just 1, maybe 2. And I'm pretty sure if each one of in this room can pick up 1 annoying habit to improve on, with all of you around, I'm sure we can add a lot of value to this world by bringing more people who actually would have persona of influence of others as well, right? So we need to influence other people as well from our personality. Some final words for all of us with this discussion. I'm not saying we all are having annoying habits. I'm just reflecting upon something which is very powerful for all of us to take home and reflect upon and see how we can further improve ourselves to be more successful in personal and professional life. I'm sure we all are successful in what we do, all of us. The only takeaway is that you're already at a certain level and you can always excel to the next level. All you have to do is just begin this journey. With this, I would like to thank all of you for patiently listening to all of me and then participating as well. We probably will skip question answer session now in interest of time. For those who would like to ask any questions, comments, would like me to lend the book to them as well, please write to me on email and I'll reply back to that. Thank you very much. I've got the pleasure of more time for me and all of you guys. So I'm available for any questions that you might have.
The assumption of
For those people who have achieved some level of success, if you are a starter, unsuccessful, starting your journey, this is not for you, right? If you are at a certain level of management position, where actually you have a team reporting into you, most likely you come across these things. So yes, you're right. Marshall has picked these up to summarize from his interaction with the executives in the companies who has been VPs, CEOs, CFOs, and want to go further beyond their current level. And this is most pertinent to those people. However, it equally applies to your personal life, because in your life, in your home, you are the CEO, if I will also show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions? So if you don't have any questions, I will start asking questions. Any more questions?
This side seems full. Can we have some questions with you?
If you don't have a question, I'm going to ask the gentleman in blue t-shirt out there. This gentleman in blue t-shirt, I think he has some question. I'm picking on you, sir. Then I have a question for you. Okay. Be honest when you reply to this. First of all, please stand up and tell us your name and your position, where you are.
My name is Flaw. I am director with PwC in Dubai. I've been here for the past 10 years.
So I picked up Fahad. I have seen him after 10 years. We worked together when we started PwC journey long back. I've not seen him for 10 years. Now he's a director at PwC. So I want to ask him this question. How relevant do you think that discussion was?
Very relevant. I can relate to some of the things that you already highlighted. So it is very.
How many shortcomings you have from the 5 that we spoke about?
Maybe all 5. If I go through the 20 or maybe 20 or those, I can relate to.
Right. Thank you very much, Fahad. Now there is no shame in saying something that is true. And I'll be honest with you, when I started this personal self-development, maybe of 20, I could score myself pretty well on all that. I had most of those things. The problem is, when we start our journey, tendency to win at all costs, to impress our bosses and all those things, to do things advertently and inadvertently, and don't realize that we are actually playing with the emotions of the people out there. It's only when you go beyond a certain point in your organization, director position, CFO position, VP, senior manager, then you start realizing that you're working very hard, but you're not getting beyond your current level. And that is the time when you have to stop, reflect upon your personality, and think maybe it's no longer the degrees anymore. Maybe it's no longer the experience that counts anymore. There is something else. And that is how you treat your peers, how you treat your team members, and how you connect with all people, either at work or at home, which is going to define your further success in your professional life beyond that point.
So Rizwan, a question. First a comment before the question. I was always told that wives are the CEOs of home. So there's something new I'm learning from you today, that we are the CEOs. The question is, so does the book talk about how we go and fix these kind of attributes? You know, it's a good list of comprehensive ideas of what to pick in your personality, but how you do it, is there any help in the book itself?
Yeah, for those who don't know, this gentleman is my brother. He's my elder brother, and this was my market question. Before entering this session, he has no idea what I was going to talk about, so I brought this book with me, and I told him to read it, and he wants shortcut, right? This book is listing out those 20 habits, of which I picked up 5 to just reflect upon and break the ice with all of you guys. This book also tells you how to fix those habits. In interest of time, I was told that I have a 30-minute slot. I could not cover that, but I strongly recommend that if you really want to improve on those things, try and test it. This book talks about the feed-forward process, the personality changes that you need to do and how you do it. It's all mentioned in that book.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we can have one last question.
One last question.
first of all, I would like to thank you that it was a very good session, but you made our life miserable because we do have that, habit of debates on all these points and having all these issues with me. Now, my question is this: that you said that this book mainly was a collection of successful people in the world, right? And these are the habits they used to carry. If they were already successful, then what was the reason of having, identifying those habits and what they wanted to achieve? They wanted to be on the top, the only one, or what was the reason behind it?
In Marshall's book, when you open this up in the index, you will see feedback from all of his clients, CEOs of the company, right? One of the guy, JP, he was the CEO of GlaxoSmithKline, you know about the company, right? And Marshall asked him the same question, that what did you learn from all of this? He used to do the same thing with his smaller group of people and try to change their perception about things that they already know. So then again, Marshall wrote in this book, he said that person asked the same question, and then I asked him, how do you see this working? And he said, as a CEO of this big company, to be able to grow further the company, right? What I learned from you, Marshall, is, and that's his feedback to Marshall, a person who is already a CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, his feedback to Marshall on this is, one thing I learned being a CEO of this company from your session, Marshall, was, you don't have to prove yourself in front of your team all the time. Even as CEO of the company, he said, I've been doing it day in, day out, and I had not ever imagined and thought about how people are thinking about me in my absence. So success is not just about money, dollars, maybe position or title on your profile. Success for a successful people is when you actually have followers. So in that context, CEO may not be anything beyond CEO, but the success in relative terms is basically how they can achieve more from their life. How can they be seen as more successful and be more successful at the same time? That was the last question, guys. Thank you very much for your patience and listening.
What a wonderful presentation, Rizwan. My husband and I have almost had an interesting discussion during your presentation. Thank you very much.